Lori Wallach here with Rethink Trade to unpack all the tariff confusion that's going on. It's Friday, April 11th, and yes, it's all changed again. To start at the beginning, April 2nd, the president announces what he calls reciprocal tariffs. They weren't reciprocal, but we'll put a pin in that. What they were 10% in all countries except for Mexico and Canada. For those countries, it was duty-free as long as the goods complied with the rules of the U.S.-Mexico-Canada Agreement, the NAFTA 2.0. That's the only duty-free stuff that's coming in right now. At the same time, there were higher tariffs in 67 particular countries. Some of them were the right targets, like the countries that have given now many countries in the world really big chronic trade deficits. Those countries have really chronic big trade surpluses. They sell a lot more stuff overseas than they import. Those are countries that practice trade abuses of different sorts. They probably need some tariffs, but also captured were a bunch of countries that the U.S. sells more stuff to than we buy imports from. Those are countries we have a surplus with. Those would not necessarily be the countries you would want to target. Anyway, in the midst of all of this, China retaliated for the sanctions, the tariffs that were put on them. And then Trump retaliated with China, and then China retaliated, and then China, you get the picture. Now it's 145% tariffs the U.S. is imposing on China and 125% tariffs that China is imposing on the U.S. Those are great big honking tariffs. However, given all the on again, off again, inconsistency, different stories about how long the tariffs would last, what they were for, what was the purpose, it was conflicting, the lack of good strategy, the lack of good targeting, the really unclear botched rollout, you all saw, markets went nuts. And we saw ups, we saw downs, we saw a lot of economic losses. And so then on the 9th, Wednesday of this week, President Trump announced he was suspending those higher tariffs in the 67 countries. He said because those countries want to negotiate special deals. And they come to him saying, we'll give you anything, stop the tariffs. All right, here's the thing, and this is where we are now, Friday afternoon. We could end up with the worst of all worlds because some of those countries really do need tariffs to balance trade and for us to have a chance to reestablish our manufacturing. Those are the countries that are the trade cheaters. It's 19 of them. It's not the whole huge bunch that they were poking at, but there are some countries that should have tariffs. We may give those up so we won't get the manufacturing or resilience or, not having to have our nurses wearing plastic bags because we can't make any PPE anymore. But on the other hand, what are we going to give them up for? Oh, maybe special interest deals, because these deals with the 70 countries that are allegedly saying they want a deal, those are all going to be secret. So, is the deal going to be you, country, who wants us to get rid of the tariffs? We will get rid of the tariffs if you get rid of this really good policy, against the big tech companies and stopping their abuses. And if you get rid of rules on food safety and you give Eric Trump a new golf course, and who knows who gets actually the deals. Is it in our interest? Is it in some special interest? Is it some corporation that's close to the president? Is it his family? This could be terrible. We have a bunch of bad special interest deals and we don't get the benefits of more balanced trade. So what I say is stay tuned. You can see me at Wallach Lori on Twitter. I'm also on Blue Sky. I've got very detailed analyses of what's going on, kind of blow by blow. Go check me out there or go to our website, which is www.rethinktrade.org, where we have all the updates also. Stay tuned. I will be back soon.